I hate high fructose corn syrup.
Welcome to Grumble Goat. My name is Mat and this is a show about all the small things that drive me insane. Let's grumble.
There's nothing like driving across the Great Plains of the United States. Any trip out into the country, you pass row after row, field after field of corn. Corn, it's everywhere. This enormous nation that we've built from sea to shining sea is completely covered in corn. Don't get me wrong, I love a good ear of corn, but we grow so much corn, we don't know what to do with it. What are we gonna do with all this corn? We put it in everything. All of our cereal is made out of corn. We feed the cows corn, even though it's not good for the cows. We make it into gasoline. We put it in every product in the American grocery store, and still we have too much corn left over. What are we gonna do with it? I know, let's make it into sugar. Sugar? Out of corn? That doesn't even make any sense. There's barely any sugar in corn. Why would you take that and make it the sweet stuff? If you're going to take a fruit and make sugar out of it, wouldn't you choose, like, say, a watermelon, a cantaloupe, like a banana? The longer you let the banana sit on the shelf, the sweeter it gets, right? The banana is continually making sugar even when it's dead. Why wouldn't you use a sweet fruit to make sugar? No, we have so much corn that we will squeeze it and throw a bunch of enzymes on it and force it to create more fructose in order to make it sweet because we have too much corn and it's taking over everything. There used to be a joke back in the 80s because farmers used to get paid to not grow corn. Oh, what does your granddad do? My granddad don't grow corn because we had too much corn. Well, now they pay him to grow corn. High fructose corn syrup. That doesn't even make sense. Sugar is glucose. Our bodies don't know how to deal with fructose. Our already overworked livers have to turn fructose into glucose. Why is there even so much sugar in everything? Why are we addicted to sugar? You know a healthy alternative to high fructose corn syrup? Corn! Just eat the corn! Ethanol's probably fine. I don't know. It's better than burning dead dinosaur juice that we're running out of. But sugar? Corn is savory. Corn is not a sweet fruit. It's like trying to make a battery out of a potato. Like, sure, it'll work, but it's very bad at it. And it would take way more potatoes than it's worth. A whole Great Plains worth of the Americas worth of potatoes. And Texas would still be riddled with power outages. I hate high fructose corn syrup, and that's the grumble.
Grumble, 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 grumble.
What?
Grumble, 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 grumble. What's got your goat?
For the latter half of the show, we'll bring in my better half, Veronique, for an unpretentious look and a segment we call
What's got your goat?
So while we're recording this, we are also simultaneously on a break from Grumble Goat.
We are on a break, but we are recording to catch up.
Yeah, we had a little summer break.
Yeah. Well, we have a lot going on. The whole world is opening up. My brother just got married.
Yeah, your brother just got married. That was fun.
That was super fun. I had to go get a car. You know, all these things are happening.
Yeah, bought a car. We already talked about buying a car.
Yes.
And now we have two cars.
Now we have two cars.
That we're playing Jenga with on the street to try and figure out, because it's hard to find parking as it is.
Yes.
So you made friends on the street who tipped you off to some upcoming parking.
There is this man. He likes to play music and just kind of hang out.
I think we've complained about him before.
Yes. Well, now I know his name, and his name is Jose. I was waiting for parking, and I thought, you know what? The best way to do this is to talk to the people that stand out on our street. So I saw someone move. I went down. I checked the spot, and they were like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm looking for a parking spot." And they said, "Oh, okay." So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. And then I get a little knock on my door. And I say, "Oh, hi." He goes, "Hi. I think that guy's going to be moving right after that other car."
Oh, he actually came up and knocked on your window.
Yeah.
Oh, how fun.
I know. I said, "Oh, really?" He said, "Oh, yeah, really soon he's going to leave." I said, "Okay."
These are the people in our neighborhood.
Yes.
Yes.
So I backed up, and then I got right into that spot. But I had to literally touch the car in front of me because it's right there on the edge.
Yeah, you pointed it out to me, and I was like, "Oh, you're touching."
I am.
That's like a human centipede of cars right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you know what I noticed?
What's that?
The line of cars that was already there, I mean, they're like saving spaces. They are not bumper to bumper there.
Well, theoretically, all the cars on the street should not be bumper to bumper because then nobody'd be able to pull out.
No, I know that. I know you're supposed to give yourself space.
Right.
And
So
I saw that meter maid as I was walking up the stairs.
Yeah, so you callously bashed into the car in front of you.
No bashing, just a nice light kiss. Just a light kiss.
And after that, I believe you went to the grocery store?
I did.
How'd that go?
It was great. I went to the pet store, picked up cat treats, got some bananas.
Bananas?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
What do you do with the bananas?
You make smoothies with the banana.
I do. That's right. I freeze the bananas And then I make delicious smoothies out of them.
Yeah, that's why I got them.
Did you pick up any corn?
No.
Hmm.
No. Nope, I didn't. No.
Not a fan of corn?
No. Well, corn's tricky because corn is in a lot of things and you don't think it's in things that it is.
Oh, so you probably did buy corn.
Well, I had to double check.
Right.
Yeah.
Because like when we buy that bag of frozen veggies,
There's corn in
there's like a few of those kernels of corn in there.
Yes. Yes, it's a good filler. Corn is filler for
Yeah,
everything.
it's in the granola that we get.
Is it? I guess. I don't know.
Or corn flakes.
Corn flakes.
Do you think
I
corn
like
is only put in things that are labeled corn?
No, I think there's corn in a lot of things.
Do you think it'd be fun to make a smoothie with corn instead of bananas?
It would be waterier.
Waterier?
Yes.
Would it be sweeter?
No.
No, probably not, right?
No, the texture would kind of taste like nothing. But have you ever blended corn?
I think I've blended corn before.
Yeah, the consistency, it's kind of milky.
Yeah.
It's like a milky water.
Yeah, milky water.
Yeah.
Delicious.
No.
How come we don't make a milk out of corn? We got coconut milk, we got almond milk, cashew milk.
Hilarious.
Why don't we make a corn milk?
You know, we could make a corn milk,
All you have to do is blend it.
but there's no nutritional value in corn.
Oh,
Our
there's no nutritional value in
No,
corn.
our bodies don't break corn down. That's why when you go to the bathroom, you can still see corn kernels.
Oh, you went there.
Well, of course
You
they did.
you went to the bathroom.
Well, I think it's important to look. What you put in your body is just as important as what goes out.
Is it?
In extreme circumstances, you could drink your pee and eat your poop. If the world was ending or you were like on a desert island or you were like in the military or something.
Is that something you saute or is that like a bake situation?
I don't know if salt and pepper would make that situation better.
Yeah, salt and pepper to taste.
Yes.
You really want to season that delicately. Let
Maybe put some curry
the
in.
natural flavors shine. So we don't buy a lot of corn on the cob. We don't have cans of corn.
In the summertime, and we're in New Jersey, I buy corn on the cob. Absolutely delicious.
Oh, sure. It's
White
wonderful.
corn, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, my grandfather was a corn farmer.
Yes.
And we would walk right into the cornfield and just grab some corn cobs right off the stalk, shuck them right there on the porch, throw them in the pot.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was delicious.
I bet it was the best
Yeah,
corn.
it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you've driven across the Midwest, right?
Yes.
So you know there's
flat.
It's very flat.
Yes.
And there's a lot of corn there.
There's a lot of corn.
There's a lot of corn.
Well, we do a lot with corn.
You know, like you go past the potato fields and you go past the wheat fields and you go past the grape fields and then you'll find a random cornfield.
Yeah.
Or is it rather cornfield after cornfield after cornfield after cornfield?
Cornfield after cornfield. After
Right, yeah.
cornfield.
So we must, during the summers when you enjoy corn, we buy what, 100, 200 heads of corn?
No, we don't buy that many.
Ears of corn? Ears of corn? They come in ears.
Well, so I don't know if we're going to count the frozen food.
I think all the bags of frozen vegetables we buy combined is 1 ear of corn.
I feel like they fill it out. There's more corn than you think.
It's
I'm
filler.
going to say
right,
like
it's filler.
2. I'm going to say I think it's more than 20 ears of corn.
20 years.
I think it's more than that.
The entire continental United States is covered in corn.
Oh.
And we buy 20 ears a year. What happens to all the corn?
Well, it gets put into other things. They use corn for all sorts of stuff.
But what's most of the corn go into?
Fructose corn syrup.
Well, more elite than that even.
What?
High fructose corn syrup.
High fructose corn syrup?
Yeah?
Yeah.
You buy a lot of that?
No, I try not to.
How many ears of high fructose corn syrup do we go through?
I don't know because it's sneaky. You got to really check the labels. I think that it's in some of our sauces.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, we get those pasta sauces, and you know it's sneaking around somewhere in those ingredients.
Yeah, I think it is actually.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some in our pasta sauce.
Why are they putting it in everything? We have a substance called sugar.
Yes, I don't know why. Do you think we just have an excess of corn?
If you leave New York City, you can see that we have an excess of corn. There's not a lot of banana farms. There's not a lot of coconut farms around here, you know?
Right.
If we ran out of sugar,
Okay.
what would you use? Like, would your first choice be corn to make sugar?
Fascinating. No.
What do you think you would start with if you were trying to make a sweet substitute?
I would start with syrup.
Tap a tree.
Tap a tree.
Yeah.
Get some maple syrup or honey.
Oh, it's fascinating that we already have all these natural sweeteners.
Yes.
And somebody ate a piece of corn and thought, sweet enough. And and threw a bunch of chemicals in there and did a bunch of chemistry to figure out how to make it taste sweet.
What is the history of corn?
Well, the Native Americans used to call it maize.
That, yes. But did they make it a sweet thing?
Did the Native Americans use it as sugar?
I don't think they did.
No, because if you grind up dried corn, it makes cornmeal.
Cornmeal.
Right? Cornmeal and cornbread are not sweet things.
No.
And that's just ground up corn.
Cornbread is really savory. It's not really.
As a matter of fact, if you make like a Southern style cornbread, you add a lot of sugar to the cornmeal.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then butter.
You know what else you can take corn that's more useful than high fructose corn syrup?
Huh.
Bourbon.
Really?
Bourbon is made out of corn.
Well, Kentucky, that's a big place for bourbon. They got cornfields down there.
Some would argue it's the only place for bourbon.
Well, actually, it took you a while to find a New York bourbon.
Well, but the thing is, bourbon only comes from Kentucky.
Well, because of the license or something, right?
Bourbon is a county in Kentucky.
Hilarious. Now I see. I did know this, but I forgot.
Right.
It's just like champagne. Like champagne was made in Champagne, France.
Yeah.
So in Bourbon, Kentucky, they must have a lot of corn there.
Just like the rest of America.
Well, we should go.
I've been to Bourbon.
Did they serve corn?
They served it in liquor form.
No, I'm asking. Did they have like a food bar, or could you?
Oh yeah, it's just a
have
barbecue with corn on the
ears of
cob
corn
and bourbon.
And get your bourbon. I mean, hey, that's an idea. Grill some corn.
And they got a barrel out. You go bobbing for ears of corn.
Yeah, there we go.
Bobbing, but instead of like apples bobbing in water, it's just ears of corn bobbing in butter.
Bobbing in butter. This is a brilliant idea. We have to copyright it before we post the episode.
Okay, we'll copyright.
We're gonna have a bourbon.
Scald your mouth on melted butter bobbing ears of corn.
Butter bobbing at this fair we're creating. Okay,
all of this is better ideas than making sugar out of corn.
So now we're building this. What else is at our fair?
Right. And there's
corn.
There's a hay ride, but instead of hay, it's corn ride.
What does that mean?
So it's just you ride on top of a pile of stalks.
Let's ride on the stalks.
Yeah.
Take a ride on the stalks.
Oh, and of course there's a corn maze.
Oh my gosh, of course we need a corn maze.
Yeah.
How else could you put corn on a stick? You know, they do like, corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
Corn dogs.
And the mascot has to be like a crow. There's like a scarecrow and a crow, and those are the mascots.
It's an ear of corn. Okay, no, we don't.
Yawn. No.
Okay, it's a crow. Okay, to protect the corn.
Right, to protect
the corn. Okay, well, that makes sense. It'd be like, I'm going to eat my corn. Okay, so how would they have that high fructose corn syrup at the fair?
Well, I mean, it's obvious.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a water slide.
Ew, and it's sticky.
It's a real sticky water slide.
Oh my gosh, no, there's going to be bugs everywhere. No.
It's like pouring crude oil down a water slide.
Yes. Every kind of bug you can imagine, and even like birds and stuff, and bees.
Well, sure, birds, except there won't be any crows there.
Well, they don't like...
Because of the scarecrow.
No. Crows are going to be there because it's the mascot.
But that's a man in a suit. That's not a real crow. He's playing a part.
No, that we need to have actual crows in the cage.
But this isn't Game of Thrones.
This
isn't Winterfell.
No, this is a Renaissance corn fair.
But in the Renaissance, there was no corn.
They didn't have corn over there. They had maybe potatoes.
Yeah, they had a completely different festival of potatoes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, their water slide was just mashed potatoes oozing down the slide.
Cream and garlic. Now, why did they make that name up for it? Now, why are we calling
probably because it's got more fructose than you expect out of corn.
That's not fair. How can they call something fruit when it's corn? What else can we do with it? We should make more oil out of it. It's better for the environment.
Another thing we can do with it is feed cattle.
Yeah,
we love our cattle.
Even cut down the cattle. I know people are getting really upset about that. Oh, you mean I can't have a burger?
We're also on the verge of lab-grown meat here.
Well, there's lab-grown meat.
Also, lab-grown meat is one step away from lab-grown human livers.
Yeah.
It's one step away. So all of a sudden, those labs are going to grow pieces of meat we need in our bodies.
In our bodies.
Because we also happen to be made out of meat.
We are meat.
A reality that we can sometimes forget because we're the top of the food chain.
And some people like to eat us too.
Some people like to eat us?
Yeah.
Talking about the Jeffrey Dahmers of the world?
Yeah, the other people.
Yeah. All those unidentified flying objects that the Navy just revealed we don't know what are.
The UFOs, you mean?
Yeah, they could be wanting to eat us.
No, I don't think they want to eat us. I just don't think they want us to blow each other up.
Oh, they're here to protect us.
I mean, just what if we were the experiment? Like, what if they found a planet that could form life? Right?
Wait a second.
Okay.
What if aliens
Yeah.
love corn? There's something about corn that aliens need. And so they keep coming by, buzzing by our planet, trying to get that sweet, sweet corn. But guess what? We're the scarecrows.
No, they don't want our corn.
This has been an episode of Grumble Goat.
Thanks for listening.
I'm Mat Labodka.
I'm Veronique Hurley. Please subscribe.
I hate when people say please subscribe.
Grumble, grumble, grumble. In extreme circumstances, you could drink your pee and eat your poop.